another 49er saga,
Woo!
and
Let the drama begin.
it's getting pretty spicy as we speak. What is up, everybody? But hey, Danielle, we got some breaking news, and this is going to surprise you, actually. You want to know what
happened?
Oh, unfortunately, Jason Verrett got injured again.
Oh,
Tore his rotator cuff in practice, unfortunately.
Dang, not my boyfriend.
Man, this guy can never catch a break. But I thought this because it just came in my notification. I'm like, what? This guy needs, at this point, he needs to retire. I'm sorry. Too many injuries. And plus, at the age of 32, your body starts to break down a little bit. I mean, yeah, he's out for the season, but it wasn't like he was going to be our starter, but he was pushing in to get some playing time. But still, it would have been nice to have him just be a part of this playoff team, you know? Yeah.
Oh, and here I thought Kyle Shanahan was going to get fired.
Nah, if that was the news, you probably would have just jumped off the pool and been excited by that. But nah, this is the news that kind of makes you sad because unfortunately, your boy Jason Verrett just is
good down. This nigga didn't even play, and he hurt. Like, what is? Go get you some prenatals, baby. Go get you some prenatal vitamins.
Or just call it a career, Jason. What else you got to prove, man? Call it a career. Too many injuries are just too much for your body. Like when you hit at a certain age, like in your 30s, your body starts to wear out and it doesn't heal as quickly as it used to. But
darn, man.
Yeah, and then there's some and I guess Brock Purdy ain't gonna play for sure. And I guess Trent Williams is gonna play, but we're gonna go get to see your boy Sam Darnold play. I mean, I don't know. So two ginger quarterbacks versus each other for the it's like a preseason game. You're gonna get the Rams and Niners playing some of their backups mostly. I mean, what are we looking forward to? It seems like a preseason finale game, in my opinion.
And my only concern, the Rams game is not a big deal. It's going to be backup versus backup.
Yep.
The only problem I have is not knowing who my next opponent is.
That's the interesting mystery opponent that we might not even know. But here's what can be possible. Here's the best case scenario. Here's the best case scenario that can happen for us. The opponent we might face in the divisional round is going to probably be the one we face week 18 right now. That might be the Rams because
that's what I'm thinking because Kyle kind of hinted at it in his press conference.
It's possible.
So it's like,
I mean, they are the low seed, so they can either be the 6th or 7th seed, but I'm pretty sure the Rams are going to at least win one of those playoff games and they're going to face us. So I'm guessing it's them or best case scenario, we might even play Tampa Bay. It has to be a low seed, one or the other, you know? So
yes. Yeah.
Worst
I'd rather face Tampa Bay, bro.
Okay. So if we're looking at the seedings and the rankings, let's say those other teams win, but if the Packers go in as a 7th seed and they somehow survive, we play the Packers. That would be favorable too because their defense is not that good. I mean, then you got then you can say Philadelphia may survive. That might even be another game we can play, but we play them in a divisional round. Like that's the crazy part, huh? That is the crazy part.
Yeah, like the only teams I don't want to see again is Lamar Jackson. I'm not gonna hold you. Lamar, I just telling Niner fans, y'all act like Lamar is not Lamar Jackson. This nigga played against Jimmy Garoppolo and beat him in 2019.
He's
And
won every
Jimmy didn't
matchup.
throw one pick, not one pick. He was playing decent football. Like it's just when we match up with teams, that's the only problem. If we have a team that defense is unbearable, Kyle always bitches up. Like, bro. So it's
Yeah.
like I don't want Lamar. I'd rather take the Lions.
Ooh, but if we had to choose, okay, so let's say hypothetically we get to Las Vegas. Who would you rather face in the Super Bowl if you had to choose?
I would rather face Detroit. I'm not gonna hold you.
Detroit's in
I
the
don't
NFC.
want Lamar Jackson at all.
No, Detroit's in in our conference.
Damn. I don't
No.
want I would rather face
Okay, so
Philly.
okay, but here's the options for us. Okay, so Baltimore's another one, Chiefs are another one. Then you got the Browns. Then you got,
I
I
want
guess,
I want the Chiefs. I want the Chiefs. They owe me a
the Chiefs are
fade.
not
I
even in
want
their
the Chiefs.
best.
They owe me a fade. Yes, I want
Man,
Kansas City.
they owe me a KFC chicken from Andy Reid, man. Damn you, Andy Reid. You owe me a chicken from KFC, damn it.
They owe me a fade. They
And, Pat,
cheated us.
and Patrick Mahomes, you owe me a cheeseburger from that Super Bowl loss, man. Nah, I think she got it. I think she got it mixed up a little bit because I think maybe she must have thought I was talking conference championship. I think it's possible we might even play Detroit in the conference. Who knows?
I think it might be. But
But
who gets
here's
coach of the year?
who gets defensive player of the year.
No, coach, because it's gonna be between Cleveland and D'Amico. I'm team D'Amico all day.
I think I'm going to go with Stefanski because how many circumstances has a coach like him overcome? Like how many quarterbacks is he going through? And so many players. I mean, that's kind of hard to overcome. But D'Amico Ryans is doing a good job, so I can give him some credit. Yeah.
And we had snow today.
Snow in Arkansas? No way.
Yes, I was crying. I don't like snow. But how about Brandon Ayuk getting snubbed?
Oh
How
my
you feel
God!
about that?
How does he get snubbed? I mean, how does he get snubbed over a guy like Puka? I get it. Puka's having a great year too, but damn, like he didn't even get the Pro Bowl. But it's all right. I
Or
don't really.
Greenlaw and alternate again? Like, come
Greenlaw just
on,
is.
y'all.
I think this is gonna field them now. Because most of the players who don't get voted to the Pro Bowl, they rather not even go to the Pro Bowl. They rather just go play at the biggest stage, actually. So maybe this is good for them. Because if that's not enough fuel for them to prove something, then I don't know what is. If you're getting snubbed in the Pro Bowl, you're definitely going to put some more out there and say, hey, this is why I should have been Pro Bowl. Drake Greenlaw is going to make some statements this year. So I think what can be our path to the Super Bowl this year is let's just go by prediction, and maybe in a few weeks we get an understanding of what can happen. So let's say hypothetically we do play the Rams, and let's say the Rams get past Dallas, right? So we beat them, they go play Dallas, and we play the Rams and somehow advance and play the Detroit Lions. I think we're going to play Detroit Lions in the conference championship this year.
I think so too.
I think this has a
Well,
good mix.
unless Lamar keep Lamaring.
Yeah, I think it's a possibility. Whether it's Detroit, whether it's the Rams or Packers, I think Packers or the Eagles are pretty much going to be our matchups. Best case scenario with the best seeding is maybe Tampa Bay, but I don't think we're going to play Tampa Bay.
Nah.
So give me your idea of what can happen for the Niners. Like, let's say we get into a divisional round. What opponent do you think is possible for us to face?
I say the Rams. That's always an option.
Okay.
But it's either between the Rams, Philly, or unless so happen the Ravens just F it up. Yeah, I really can see the Niners versus, a rematch. Super Bowl rematch.
I think this time around, we're not going to make a lot of mistakes this time because if you look at the film, even though we did lose, a lot of it just factor into turnovers. Like Lamar Jackson had the easiest field position because of our mistakes. I mean, if you watch the entire game, how it went out, maybe you might say, yeah, the scoreboard was terrible, but man, we almost had 500 yards of total offense against that defense. I mean, it's not something to pat yourself in the back, but if we were to cut down those
That's the
turnovers,
outcome, yeah.
if we cut those turnovers down, I think it'd be a different ball game. But I mean, okay, like I think it's Rams. I think it's easily the Rams. I think the Rams will probably play Dallas and they'll probably eliminate them. And Detroit will probably. I think Detroit has like that route where they can easily just get past. I don't know what team they would play. I think they would either play Philadelphia or some other teams, but I think Detroit will get past it. So I think it's going to be Niners and Lions. I think we're going to get a matchup with the Niners and Rams. So if this is true, come back to me, y'all. I think it's Niners and Rams divisional round, personally. I think that's what's going to happen. Because if they're the hot team, they're going to play hot. So I think they're going to – if you put them against Dallas, everybody's going to say, oh, Dallas is going to whip them. I think Dallas might get – they might sleep on the Rams on this one.
Unless they're away, but Dallas, when they play away, they're not at their best.
That's true. They actually look better at home, but maybe the Rams are not as bad as everybody says. But then again, I do like that matchup personally. I'd rather have the Rams play the Cowboys in the playoffs, actually, because then we don't have to play them a third time. I'm not afraid of them. Nah, we're not.
I'm not.
I just don't want to hear
humble and cautious. Yeah.
I just don't want to hear their fans having that false hope, having that false hope. Oh, we're going to beat you guys in the playoffs. But, hey, if you guys can't beat Dallas, what makes you guys think you can beat us?
Well, from what I hear from Rams fans, Matthew Stafford is the best quarterback in the NFC.
Oh, according to them, Matt Stafford is the best quarterback in the NFC West too. Like, okay, you guys forget that Brock Purdy's playing better football right now. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, he had one of his bad games, but I think when you look at his consistency, he's been winning ball games at this point.
I don't know why y'all keep saying one bad game.
No, I mean, this was the worst one. The worst one. Like, there's other games where he threw like 2 picks at least, but this one was the worst against the Ravens.
Yeah, because he's not prepared, and that's like, I see Kyle's trying to like. This is the problem I have with Brock Purdy in that Baltimore game. That's when I wanted my quarterback to stand up and say, "Fuck you, I'll do my own plays." Like, take charge. I get you don't want to, go against Kyle, but it's like, if you see what he's giving you is not working, step in as a leader and say, execute. Like, it's plenty of times where Kyle called the play and you went against it, did a play, and it actually prevailed. I think if he would have did that, we would have had a shot.
I think he's learning from his mistakes of what could go right this time around. But I know, like, I think playing Baltimore would be a scary factor because of their defense and everything. But I think this can be a whole different game. Like what we just saw on Christmas might not even be exactly what we see again. So I think here's the best case scenario for us. Let's say our road to the Super Bowl, we just got to win 2 home games. But for the best matchup wise, like, I don't know if Kansas City can get past anywhere else. But if they do, that's our easy road to winning the Super Bowl this year, because Kansas City won't even be at their best. They'll just have some luck, and then they'll somehow just choke on the biggest stage. So that would probably be our best bet. But then you got the mighty Cleveland Browns. Their magical season will come to an end. It can be that kind of matchup. I wouldn't mind. Like, let's say
the
Baltimore.
Flacco fandom, CG. The Flacco fandom, CG.
No, but let's say
the Flacco fandom is ridiculous.
Hey, Flacco in the playoffs is undefeated. Actually, he has.
Yep, he is. Don't forget he beat us.
Can this be the Joe Magic playoff run? Can this be where Baltimore kind of gets upset in this game? Maybe we get a chance to see the mighty Cleveland Browns making that.
I actually do want Cleveland because
and then you got Brock Purdy versus the mighty Joe Flacco. That's going to be a good match.
Yeah, I need that. I need that. The way Burrow and Bears does, bro.
No, but I want to see that matchup actually. So if we had to choose Super Bowl matchups wise, okay, I know there's like a couple possibilities. Like, okay, of course the Ravens is pretty logical, but I wouldn't mind just the Browns and Niners. Like,
I
think about
wouldn't
it.
mind that either.
Two franchises that were established in 1946. Two of them are the oldest franchise, but they've been there on the same year. So they've been established 1946. And they got a great history of franchise, except Browns don't have Super Bowls. They just have old championships. But they used to be a dynasty during their eras, but unfortunately they don't count those in that era for some reason.
My my guy Tommy ain't shit, bro. I want you to know that, CG. That nigga ain't shit. He
Now
said the
he's
only balls that is caught is in Taylor Swift's mouth. That nigga ain't shit.
Tommy is something else. And then he says, "I'm not worried about the Ravens." I hope. I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. I think Brock Purdy. One thing I'll give Brock Purdy credit for was he wasn't scared to throw the ball deep. Most quarterbacks would have backed out of it. He kept trying, so I'll give him that. I mean, hello, butterfly. How's it going? Spike that like. Yep. So
No, I think that Cleveland actually would be a matchup because not only is like that can be Brock Purdy's, redemption.
from that
Because
field goal,
yeah, so it's just
actually, that
like,
would be the
and
real
that's the one
redemption.
thing. That's the one thing. Like I would not ever want. Like Moody is getting, he he getting better, but it's just I don't want my Super Bowl dreams hanging off his like that. No, I don't want.
So
It's
do you
just
really think? So do you really think there's a good chance that maybe the Cleveland Browns might make some magical run to the Super Bowl, or you don't think so?
I think it can happen, and then it would be like, how superb would it be? Flacco. He's the
So Flacco
OG.
comes back from the couch and pulls a Kurt Warner and leads another
Yeah,
to a Super Bowl,
and then you got Brock Purdy, the up and coming young buck,
and
and it's just,
slays the old Joe,
oh man, I've
the one
seen
that
it happen.
yeah.
Look what he did to my husband
I mean, he beat
in
Cap.
Tampa Bay. Like he beat the shit out of Tom Brady. He beat the brakes off my man, and it's just like, you already solidified it yourself when you just like to do Tom Brady like that. It was ridiculous. Like so, I think that matchup right there, Cleveland. So it'd be like the young and upcoming Brock Purdy versus like the OG.
The OG.
And it's just, I need Cleveland because Flacco owe me a fade, fam. He
Flacco owes
do.
us. Flacco's owe us a Super Bowl, even though he won. I don't care which one we get redemption on. Okay, I think the Cleveland Brown one would probably be the more simplest route for us because one,
Mm-hmm.
this can be like their magical run season, and this could be where it ends right there when they go to the big stage. I've seen teams like this before, where they have their magical run, and if they get further to the Super Bowl, they tend to choke on the biggest stage. So you might get that matchup where it favors us, or hypothetically, let's say Patrick Mahomes comes back to form and plays at his best playoff level, and then somehow just doesn't have it in the Super Bowl run against the Niners, and this time the Niners get their payback, and then Andy Reid gives me my KFC back.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm like, as much as like, everybody can talk shit. The only reason why I'm hesitant is because we witnessed Mahomes play on one leg, damn near one leg. And
yeah.
it's just like he doesn't have what we have. And yet he still manages to get by.
He might even do
So
it again.
I doubt that.
No,
Because
but don't let the record fool you. This is just how Kansas
no,
City.
I know who, the Chiefs are, but it's just like I say this all the time. I don't get ahead of myself, but I really think this season Kyle has something to prove to the naysayers.
Yep,
Like
this is pressure.
nobody, like me, I have this is like, bro, if you do not get a Super Bowl, kiss your job goodbye.
That's what we all are hoping for is he gets that Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, he ain't going nowhere. As much as I won't hate to say it, but it's just like I like your standards: win a Super Bowl or get out of here. That's what I would think. But I mean, I don't know. Like this has got to be the simplest route for him to get to the Super Bowl this year.
I want Cleveland now that you put it like that, CG.
Yeah,
I want Cleveland. I want Cleveland. I do.
The Joe Flacco magic. He took something from us when he was in Baltimore, and maybe he gives it back to us. I don't know, something like that. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not really sure how this matchup is going to be, but this route should be simple than 2019 route, because what we had going into the playoffs was nobody was able to match up to us. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of any other NFC team. I mean, the Lions are the unknown because we haven't played them yet, but I don't know. The Rams, everybody keeps saying the Rams may give us a run for our money. I think they might be the only closest team, if not closer, but I don't think nobody matches up to us. I'm gonna be honest.
No, it's just they have that, over our heads, but
Familiarity, that's about it.
that's about it. Because one thing I can say against the Rams, Kyle, he's so comfortable. He don't stress. He just okay. It's the Rams. Your
Keep
point is
running the
what?
ball. Keep running the
Yeah,
ball.
it's
Yeah.
no pressure when it comes to them. So it's just like if we were to see them again, it's just it wouldn't be like I want our Super Bowl to be epic. That's why I'm like I would go for the Cleveland because so it's like the 49ers, quest for six. We're here and then you got Flacco who came off the couch, which is crazy, and Cap can't get a job. Who's back and who's leading Cleveland to the promised land. So both stories combined,
That would be the best one by
that would
far.
be yo.
That would be Hollywood, actually. I'm gonna be honest. That would be Hollywood personally. Like, yeah. Hey, shout out to Cynthia. But yeah,
Hi, Cynthia.
this would be like a Hollywood story personally. Like, to be honest with you, the reason why we lost to the Browns was because the weather was that bad. We're gonna play in better weather. So I think this is not going to matter. I think what we're going to get against let's say hypothetically, we get the Browns in the biggest stage. You know what has in our favor? You want to know what has our favor in?
What?
The Browns don't play well in the West Coast. They don't play well in the West
I don't
Coast.
think anybody plays well on the West
No,
Coast.
only Baltimore has. The Ravens are the only team that's played well on the West Coast. Just the Browns, they have a terrible record on the West Coast because the weather differences. When it's cold weather in Cleveland or East Coast, they play better football there. But if they play anywhere like in Las Vegas or LA or anything like that, they're not going to win. So
I think the weather should matter because Trey played like a beast in a monsoon. So it's like I think what had happened was I ain't trying to start no shit, but if you pay a fucking attention, CG, do you not see what's
Moody could
going
have made the
on?
field goal. Moody could have
Let
made
me
the
tell you
field
what
goal.
happened.
What happened?
Tony Romo, you remember him? He was
Yeah.
decent, right? He got with Jessica Simpson, and look what the fuck happened, right?
Got distracted.
Travis Kelsey has been immortal since he's been playing football. Got with Taylor Swift. Brock Purdy punk ass decided to bring his motherfucking fiance to the Baltimore game, and look what fuck happened. His spouses are fucking us up. Like it fucked us up. That's why.
I don't think this time it's going to happen, hopefully, but maybe it's not the case. Maybe everybody's just overreacting. Maybe it's just because Baltimore had a good game plan. So
No,
the Niners
we
play.
had the perfect. That was our game.
Could
But
the Niners?
no.
Can the Niners play in a cold snow? I don't think we can. I don't think we've proven it otherwise. I don't think so.
Do you not remember we beat the shit out of Green Bay in snow on Lambeau Field?
But that was like I'm talking about like recently.
Oh no,
Yeah,
we haven't
yeah,
played in
frozen
snow.
tundra. Yeah, if it's Green Bay when it's Aaron Rodgers, yeah, we beat them in the frozen tundra weather-wise. But we're talking like,
Recently, I don't think we haven't played in snow yet.
we haven't played in snow, but like a couple years ago, you can say
Wait, didn't it snow in Arizona?
no.
Oh no, it was just dead ass cold.
I'm trying to think of like
Yeah.
the only game that we played the closest that we could have won a cold weather game was it was Cleveland, but we blew that one. The Bears, they had the worst weather over there. Couldn't even get that. I think as long as we play in good weather, like I think the Browns don't have no advantage against us in this matchup because the last time we played them, we were a little dinged up at that point, but they had the weather advantage, and that's where it killed us because we haven't won in Cleveland in 1984. So maybe that's the advantage we lost to. But if we,
You
but it,
you know who would actually benefit us, CG? You remember in 2019 when Kyle used to utilize Raheem and everybody else?
yeah,
I feel like if Kyle would just understand, we love CMC. Don't get us wrong. But you have Mason and Mitchell. You can utilize all three.
run,
Like,
run them the ball a little more, get them fresher.
yeah, like I feel like if he goes back to that style of coaching,
I think that's
we
what's real.
may actually win.
I think that's the one thing that got us to the Super Bowl the previous years because we've been sticking with that running formula. But then the Super Bowl, we just stopped doing it. If Shanahan just stops overthinking it, stop with this passing plays sometimes. Try to go with the run play first. And if it doesn't work the first time, then maybe try a pass play and then build up another passing game a little bit and then go back to the running basics again. I mean, that's how he should do it. But I think this matchup wise, I look at it this way: like if we do play the Browns, it's not going to be this kind of game what we saw the last time. I think it's going to be more of our favor, where it's not going to even be close because the Browns they don't play well in the West Coast, unfortunately.
They don't because they're not used to that type of
They played the
prestige.
Rams. They played the Rams in LA, and the Rams beat them pretty bad.
But let's be realistic. It's LA,
But
and
the
no
weather
one
did.
cares about SoCal. No one cares about those people at all.
Well,
Come to, an actual real stadium.
come to Levi's, like they say. Yeah.
But
If
my
you're ever
brother says that wait, who what's the name? Aaron Banks. Aaron Banks.
Aaron Banks is our guard, yeah.
Yeah. Will he be back or do you think that turf toe is still gonna be like messing with him?
No, I think he'll be back. I think there's better medicine than the previous years because Willis retired for other reasons. Maybe there's better ways for players to recover better out of it. I don't think it's severe like how it happened like decades ago. I think there's other ways players could do better with it. Um, oh, Adam is asking a good question. CG if Trent
I go
returns.
after him.
Yeah, he's a good tackle, but is he a free agent? Because if he is, then we can definitely consider him. Yeah, he's that tackle that the Bengals got from Alabama.
Yeah.
He's from California too. I think
He
he's
a
from
monster.
he's from Folsom, California, or something like that. I think I'm mistaken. But yeah,
So with Eric Armstead, now I know he's dealing with his foot and stuff.
yeah.
But do you think that after the Rams, we play the Rams Sunday, and then whoever our next opponent is, do you think he'll come back and play, or do you think they'll just rest him just to be safe until like the big matchup comes?
I think best case scenario is he can either play in the divisional round, but I think if they want to play it safe, there's a better chance he can come back. Like conference championship would probably be your best bet. I think for his recovery, it would take 8 weeks for him to recover. So there, but John Lynch said this on KMBR. There is hope that he can return. So last season, it took him 8 weeks to recover back to what he was. So I think we're on to 5 or 6 weeks of his recovery. So maybe this bye week is perfect for him to come back. So we'll definitely see what happens. But if the more we keep advancing, the chances he'll be in better health to come back. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that if he comes out of full health, then we should be
Exactly.
I wouldn't mind, resting him. Like, I don't want to be like over dramatic about it, but I if he's really not needed until then, like just let him play a little, but just be cautious.
Now, I think he's going to go in the divisional round. My bet is he's going to come into the divisional round. I don't think you need to play him at this point with the plantar fasciitis, whatever. I had that before. It's taken me like so many weeks. I had to use I had to use a certain sock, like a certain sock for that pain tolerance or something like that. And it helps to a certain extent, but you have limitation on what you can do and not do. So I think Eric is trying to get back to full strength the way he was, but it takes limitation and he has to rest more, which is something that you got to deal with the plantar fasciitis because it's got to do with his flat foot. It's because of his weight and his height. So when you deal with stuff like that, it's the pain. It's too much pain, which I have that all the time. So I have it. I'm an expert with plantar fasciitis. If I'm being honest, for me, it took me 5 weeks to recover better. But for him, it's probably a big severe pain, like big difference. Mine only took 5 weeks at the most. His is like 8 weeks, which is probably a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I need him back. We need him back bad. Like we're missing him greatly.
Yep. And that's the best way to get rid of the pain is that you have to lose some weight. But for me, there's days I can't even walk too. That's what I hate about the plantar fasciitis. And you got to have certain shoes for that too. You got to have certain shoes for the foot because there's other days where it goes on for a couple of weeks for me and I can't even move it. So I have to take a lot of painkillers for that. And I don't know. Like I kind of understand where Armstead comes from because of the foot issue. I get that sometimes. Like it doesn't go away for a few weeks for me. I might have to just like get me something to carry me or something, or I'll just have to like get something to hold my feet and put some extra stuff into it. Sometimes putting extra cushion to the foot actually helps a little bit better.
Hey, I got a basketball question for you. You know who Joker is on Denver Nuggets, right?
Oh yeah, joking, whatever his name is.
Yeah. So would you say that he better than Dirk Nowitzki?
Nah, Dirk Nowitzki had a good career too, but I don't know. Joke is good too, but I'm not really like. It's just two different comparisons. I mean, score prediction we haven't even got to that. I don't even think it. I don't even think the score is gonna matter, bro. It's more like a preseason. Like I even said that I have the Rams winning this one because what is the meaning for us? Like I think a
Just
lot of
to
you.
kick him in the face.
It'd be nice to extend the streak, but realistically, outside the pitcher, they can either. Jokic is better, bro. I thought Dirk was a little bit better than him. So I guess Jokic is better for some people. Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. Some players need a rest, but I think you have to at least like we're gonna play some of our starters, of course. I think Brock
That's what I didn't hear. I heard Kyle say he resting.
no, some of them are resting, but Trent's gonna play. I looked at the updates. Trent and quite a few of
Oh,
the
Trent's actually playing?
yeah. I think he's gonna get reps, and then Debo's gonna play, of course, from what I'm hearing. Ayuk's gonna play some snaps, of course. The only ones who are not playing is CMC, which is an exceptional. Brock Purdy, we already seen enough of him, so I think he should be fine because he's trying to like he's kind of having some little pain. So I think for this week, this helps him even better. He's right about this one. Darnold,
See?
Darnold versus Wentz. What a
Wins.
week to chill and enjoy mid quarterback. That is
Hey, it's gonna be a battle of the backups.
battle of the first round picks, right? Because they were first round picks. Yeah, I think that would be a good matchup. But I actually did say I have the Rams winning this one for some reason because reverse logic purposes, they might see us again, and then we'll get them this time around, and then this is where it matters, and then that will end the doubt right there. But I think we're gonna definitely get a. It's probably gonna be a really decent game. It's probably gonna be more like which backup's gonna earn a job elsewhere next year. I think
Right.
Wentz and Sam Darnold are definitely auditioning for other jobs next year because they want to be starters. So why not put better tape against these backup players?
I mean, now we get to see, Mr. Icy Ghost. See how he hold his own.
I don't really trust Darnold. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Darnold's gonna cut it. That's why, like, okay,
Well,
there's a
I
there's
think it's isn't it gonna be back and forth, him and Brandon Allen? Like give him some time.
nah. I think they're gonna go with Sam Darnold with all the reps on this one. I mean, I get it. You want to play it safe with Brock, but Darnold just I don't know. It's like okay, what we saw against the Ravens, they didn't expect him to come off the bench like that. I think for the Rams, they're going to be ready for this guy. Yeah, Wentz is good, but has bad reps. I don't know why, but I think Philly ruined his reps. I think Sam Darnold, it just comes with confidence, but we'll see what happens.
Wentz is good. He's
He,
pretty. He's pretty decent. He's pretty a really pretty good
and he's
quarterback.
kind of mobile too. He's very mobile. Like he was the reason why Philadelphia got to go places before Nick Foles took some of that stuff. I mean, took that Super Bowl run from him. I think he's never been the same ever since that Rams injury. Ever
Sin
since
said she has no faith in Sam Darnold. Sin said she said Wentz is
I don't
going to
know.
get
I have no faith in Sam Darnold either. That's why I kind of chose the other
Didn't
way
he
around.
save asses against the Ravens and
The
actually
Ra-
threw a touchdown? Like, there you
but
go.
he
He got
didn't.
one or two in there. That's
He
it.
got one. He got one, but I don't really trust Sam Darnold. I just don't.
No, I'm saying he gave you one good touchdown. Because, dude, I liked him at USC because I'm a Trojan girl.
His
But
decision making was kind of questionable at USC. That's one thing about him. He had
he
the
has a
talent.
deep ball that is
Everybody was talking
impeccably
about him.
beautiful.
Everybody was hyping him like the next Tony Romo type quarterback, from my understanding. Like he had the arm, everything that you wanted at a quarterback. But when I saw at USC,
He does. He has a better deep ball than Purdy. I can vouch for
oh
that.
yeah, he
He got
does.
if we
I
can
mean, he
need
was
if
a first
I
round
would
pick
put him
for a
in for that.
reason because of
I
that
would put him
that
in for that.
laser arm.
He do got a deep ball that's just
George Kittle just
beautiful.
George Kittle just compared the difference between Brock and Sam Darnold's passing. He says Sam Darnold throws a hard ball.
I do not like him at all. I'm
George,
I'm not gonna hold you. I don't like Kittle. I think Kittle's a straight Mitch. Like
what?
on some serious stuff. Like I only reason why I'm rooting for my team because I've been a Niner fan my whole life, but on some serious shit, I don't respect my players at all. I have no respect but for Brandon Ayuk. That is it.
Okay,
The
CG.
rest of them can eat a dick.
What about Debo? No.
No, I don't even respect that punk ass, mark
Man,
ass. It's
he's
because
my
of
guy.
what they did. What they did, it bothered me. Like when the media and them came for Trey, the only people who defended him was Brandon Ayuk and Raheem Mostert, who was on the Miami Dolphins. But yet, uh, MVP Super Bowl MVP quarterback in Cam Newton said something about Brock, and now y'all want to gather around, but y'all didn't defend your quarterback when the media was talking about him and his mama. But y'all want to come for Cam Newton, who got better records than the quarterback you have now. That nigga's an MVP. Like, that's the only reason why I don't respect them at all. Y'all went high hopes because your quarterback got called a game manager, but they talked about your quarterback and his mother, and none of them whack ass niggas said anything but Brandon Ayuk and Raheem Mostert, who was on the Miami Dolphins. Not even Kyle Shanahan stepped in, but you say something about Purdy, they gonna all step in and say something. Other than that, I don't respect. And Kittle punk ass, I don't like him at all. After he broke up with my man Jimmy, broke their bromance up. I fuck Kittle, bro. He
No,
broke my.
I think she's referring to the Trey Lance reference because of what's been said to Trey Lance during the offseason, where a lot of bash and there was not one single teammate defending him, like only Brandon Ayuk was, and that was the crazy part. But see, I can get where you're coming from because of the double standards. Because some of those other fans, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Some of them are just gonna say, well, the reason why Brock Purdy's defended because he's a white quarterback. He's getting the white treatment. He's getting the white privilege stuff. That's why, because he's Kyle's boy or something. I can use that reference because I'm a little mixed white a little bit, but I'm Mexican. But I can say that. That's the true facts. That's why Trey Lance got all the media heat for whatever he was, and they kept putting him down a lot, and not even a single teammate defended him except Brandon Ayuk. The reason why Brock Purdy got all the defense is because it's all the white people and other teammates defended him. And it doesn't sound racist to me because I kind of come by experience because I know the difference. Because Brock Purdy is that one guy you like, right? Is that one guy you like, but then again, let's be honest, look at his color of his skin. That's why he's getting defended. If it was like, look, Cam Newton said some dumb shit too.
But Cam Newton is the MVP. He could talk shit.
Yeah, he is.
He can say whatever he wants.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
No, I'm not saying, but whenever Cam Newton says something like that, they're gonna say he's saying dumb shit.
I mean, he proved it against Baltimore. What Cam Newton said about him, he literally proved it and said, "Cam, you're right."
Yeah, remember when nobody defended, but Michael Lombardi? I'm surprised that dude still got a job. How the hell is Michael Lombardi, not David Lombardi, Michael Lombardi, that cheeseburger?
Hey, Adam, I think Caleb is going home to Washington.
Oh, I think Caleb would do well with the Bears, actually.
But they don't want to get rid of Fields.
They need to get rid of Fields. He's not that good.
Fields is actually a good quarterback. He just doesn't have nobody to coach him. Now, if Harbaugh goes to the Bears, if he comes back, it's either he gonna go to Chicago or the Chargers.
I mean, Caleb Williams would just make a lot of sense with the Bears because they do got the weapons. I don't know. I'm kind of like at that point where maybe the Bears need to move on with Justin Fields. Like, you got 9 wins. How many more wins? It's all about wins in the National Football League. And if you're not winning ball games, it's not going to.
I think he's going home to Washington.
He would be nice at Washington for sure. But I think
Bears. What I heard though, CG, is the stigma behind it is, I was talking to the Commander fan base, and they said every time they get a hometown player, it never works out.
Yep, she makes a good point about this part. Yeah, that's true. But I get where Danielle's coming from. That's where the difference is. Yeah, where were all those other people that didn't do that? And I can see why. Just by how you look at it this way, like I heard Bears were willing to trade. I just think the Bears need to move on from Justin Fields. I don't think he's the best fit for them because I think Matt Eberflus prefers a quarterback who can actually do more. Justin Fields, we already seen enough of this guy. He's just not proven. He has good receiving core. The line's not that bad.
He doesn't have a coach who can coach him. That's the problem. It's like Justin Fields and certain quarterbacks in the NFL, if they're on a team and they don't have a good coach, of course you're going to want to trade them away. I think they have a diamond in Justin Fields. It's just who's ever coaching him is not doing a good job. Because he's actually a great quarterback.
No, I just don't know if he fits well with the Bears. That's what I'm saying. Like you said, better coaching, right? Why not he goes to Atlanta? That's where he can definitely benefit his career at. And that might be a good thing for him. I just think
the Falcons?
Yeah, they don't have an actual quarterback. Desmond Ridder, are you serious? They got a good running game. They got a good receiving core. Justin Fields can take the pressure off of this Falcons offense. They're going to have to respect his game, but in Chicago, it just doesn't fit him. He doesn't seem to fit up to the way they play. Chicago is just a tough-nosed type of football town. Atlanta, this is where he can sell tickets for the Falcon fan base and actually play in a weather he's comfortable in. He just hasn't proven it. He hasn't had a good chance because of the head coaching situation, but I think under the circumstances, if I'm Justin Fields, I want to get out of Chicago. I want to play somewhere where I can get used the right way. And Atlanta might be my best fit. I would want to go to Atlanta if I'm Justin Fields. I would ask the coach or the front office, say, hey, can you guys trade me to Atlanta? I want to showcase my talent out there.
Or, Harbaugh. Lord, I wish he could just come home, swallow his pride.
They're not going to fire Eberflus. They're not going to fire him.
No, I'm saying if because I think they're going to get rid of their coach. He would fit well with Justin Fields. Look what he did.
Harbaugh would fit well. He would fit well with Justin Fields' skill set. He would kind of give him exactly the treatment that he had with Kaepernick a little bit, if not better. But I think under the circumstances, I don't think the Bears are going to get rid of that coach. I think for Since the Falcons do want to keep Arthur Smith for another year, this might be the project for him to keep his job longer if he gets Justin Fields to Atlanta. If Arthur Smith wants to
Right.
keep his job next year, he might have to make a trade for Justin Fields. Cut your losses with Desmond Ridder. He's just not that good. Just get Justin Fields. Give the Bears what they want, and then let the Bears go get their quarterback, and maybe things will be different. At this point, Justin Fields needs a fresh start. It's not even it's got nothing to do with the coaching staff anymore. They gave him all the weapons. He's just not really doing it with this offense. I mean, how can you get out beat by a backup quarterback who's actually not that bad of a quarterback, but still, under the circumstances, you should do better under the weapons. You got two good receivers. You got a good tight end. You got a good running game. The offensive line's not that bad. I don't know what Fields has to do. Like, if that's not enough weapons for him to succeed, then I don't know what is. Do you think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to solve everything also? They already got two good receivers. Yep, that's where he needs to go to. And I'm telling you, Atlanta would be his best fit. The Falcons would be his best fit. Arthur Smith wants to keep his job and stick around in Atlanta, right? Well, why not get Justin Fields to Atlanta? That benefits him more.
But that's I got a Niner question for you.
Okay.
Do you because we all know Trent is like, I pray he got 5 good years left in him. So hypothetically, if we don't win this round, do you see him just retiring, or do you think he got one more in it?
I think he's got about 1 or 2 years in him. I think he said he plans on retiring when he's like almost 40 years old. That's his goal. So maybe this is not the end for him yet. But if he wins the Super Bowl, maybe this is the perfect time for him to retire, and it gives us time to go get a tackle.
That's all I want is for Trent to get a ring. Like,
retire in good health and at least try to, and then the one thing I like about Trent Williams' question, they were asking him this question: whenever you retire, are you going to come back to the Washington Commanders and all that? And this is his answer. This is what he said. He says, "No, I'd rather be over here." And that was no knack on the Commanders and all that stuff. I think he just said it because of the way how the Niners treated him with first class and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of rubbed the Commanders fans a little bit.
I don't know what the 49ers, like, I just need to know. Like,
Richard Sherman feels appreciated that he's ever felt in Seattle, too. That's the weird part. Everybody's like saying, why is Sherman giving us the most love? But I guess under Sherman's podcast, he talks about how first class the Niners are to him and compared to Seattle. He said the way Seattle treated him at the end of his career, he just felt like he was a piece of trash to them. Right
in. I just need Trent to, like, everything he's been through, that Super Bowl would just solidify everything, and it just would show our appreciation and everything. Like, Trent Williams has been down with us. Yo, hey.
I think he was blessed. I think he was blessed. Yeah, I think he was blessed to get out of DC so bad. I think he just does. I think there's a grudge inside of him that he doesn't want to go back there.
Well, if he retires, he can always work with the Niners.
But some people are going to say, well, he's known as a Commander. But everybody's going to say, well, look at his best years with the Niners. He actually got somewhere further. I think that's where he wants to get. He said he prefers to go over here than anywhere else. But, there might be a chance he can just bury the hatchet with them at some point. But I don't know. There's nothing that can fix it.
Brandon Ayuk and Debo, unfortunately, got snubbed. Nobody caped. So I'm pretty sure, because, we have this great Bond family dynamic with Brandon Ayuk in them. But do you think at some point, at somewhat reason for Ayuk to get snubbed, that has an effect on how the Niners view him on going forward in the future?
I don't think it does. Maybe it depends on his contract, but I think the Niners are willing to work out something with Ayuk because, one, Debo hasn't had a long-term contract. He's only signed a multi-year deal. So I think I believe Ayuk's in the long-term plans than Debo. So I don't think it's not even out of the question. Washington Washington had so many good coaches in Shanahan and McVay. How come they didn't win nothing? Dude, it's because the culture is terrible, dude. Anytime you play for an organization with Dan Snyder, bro, it's nothing but toxic, nothing but cancer in the locker room. This is why the Washington Redskins, Commanders, whatever you name it, bro, it was all bad because of the Dan Snyder. But now things are changing. Things are changing, but for what? For the better or for the worse? We don't know. It's because when you play for an organization like that, like who wants to go to an organization with a terrible field position, like a terrible football field? They got something called FedEx Field. The condition is bad. And I don't blame the fans. I don't blame the fans of the Commanders if they feel that way about how they were treated under Dan Snyder, but they shouldn't be upset about the players dissing on the organization. They should understand the business side of how they were do wrong by the Commanders. They got to think of it that way. They can't be upset about the players dissing the organization. If my team did wrong to a player, then I could understand and say, you know what, I can't be upset about this guy. If I was getting paid to play for a professional team and they treated me wrong, I won't hold back on what I say, you know?
Yo, when we was playing the Commanders, do you know they were yelling traitor to Trent Williams?
Yeah.
They were like, traitor. I was like, bitch, you traded him. Like, what? Talking
And
about, they were saying they feel like if he gets ready to retire, he needs to come home. But I'm like, if y'all had that much respect for that man, just retire his jersey. That's it. Because he's retiring as a Niner. Like,
I don't think I think the way he's talked about it, he said that he doesn't hold back on what he said to the Commanders. He says nothing personal with them. He says the way it ended right there was pretty much that was pretty much the end of him not wanting to be a Redskin or Commander. He said, you didn't even take care of my health. You didn't even check if I had anything going on in my health for some reason. And you guys refused to do that. And that's why I said I'm not going to play for you guys. And he stuck with his word. He stuck with his word. He says, okay, since I'm not going to get paid for you guys, I'm going to just sit out the rest of the year. Good luck with that. He stuck with his guns and he wanted to get out. Sometimes players do that. Sometimes they want to play out the contract, but for some reason, Trent didn't hold back on what he said. He says, okay, I'm not going to play for you guys.
He was ready to go.
Yeah, trade me. I'm out. I'm not coming. And he says, you think I'm bluffing? No, I'm going to sit out the rest of the year. Trust me. You're going to want to trade me at some point. And he says,
they literally called his bluff.
And he says, screw your trade value. Okay, third or fifth round. I don't care who gives you. Just get me out of here. He kind of messed up their trade value. It could have been a first round for Trent Williams, actually. But it went from a third to a fifth round because nobody wanted to take the deal. Who wanted to take a deal?
Dante, do you not understand that CG is my big brother? So don't come in here starting your mess, man.
Coach Dante's funny, man. I think.
No, he is a bully.
Nah, he's cool. What do you mean, Coach Dante?
He said, when does USC play? Like, give it a ring.
I think he's I don't know what team he go. I think he's a Texas Longhorns fan.
Yeah, we don't care about them.
Yeah, the Huskies barely won, I believe, but yeah. What's up, Coach Dante?
Who are you going for? Are you going Team Harbaugh or Washington?
I'm going Team Harbaugh.
I see. This is the problem.
I hate it.
I'm a Pac-12 baby. What a way for us to end our season, the Pac-12, with the championship. But I want Harbaugh to win it so bad because it's like.
But
I don't know who to choose, CG.
You know what makes me more happier is even though my team didn't get to the playoffs, I was happy that the Huskies got rid of the Longhorns. But you know what makes me more happier is that Ohio State fans get pissed and cry. I want to see tears and anger out of Ohio State Buckeye fans. I want to see how they feel getting humbled by Michigan Wolverines. That's why I'm rooting for the Wolverines. I want the Wolverines to win the championship so Ohio State Buckeyes can cry and have miserable. I want Ohio State.
You know how to get a Buckeyes fan mad, CG?
Yeah.
Just tell them, fun fact, Jeffrey Dahmer is an Ohio State Buckeye alumni. and they'll get hella mad because of who Jeffrey Dahmer is. It'll be like, y'all, he went to your school. That's all.
Oh, you know what's even better about what Ohio State is? I can bring up the recent victory with the Sooners, and they get upset about it the most. I just want Michigan to win, so then Ohio State Buckeyes can go quiet for a while. What are you saying? Us for USC didn't make it, Washington. Thanks a lot. Oh yeah, I don't got nothing against Texas. I'm just a Sooners fan. I just don't like anything about.
Wait, Butterfly's a Longhorn?
Yeah, she's a Longhorns fan.
Oh God. And more of Lucifer's fan. Like
The
I
only
tell
player,
you,
the only player I like from Texas is what's that dude's name? That D tackle they got. What's his name? Deontay Sweat or something, or I don't know how you say his name. And then there's that wide receiver from that wide receiver Xavier Worthy is somebody from Fresno. He plays at Texas. He's got some speed for that wide receiver position. Oh yeah, Pac-12 is going to be done. They're going to change up the conference, unfortunately. Yep, she's rooting for Michigan because of what happened with the Huskies. I'm actually only rooting for Michigan because of Harbaugh, and plus it would piss off a lot of Buckeye fans.
so would you say that I was reading the article and they said that Kyle Shanahan's play calling skills are taking the NFL by storm.
Yeah.
So would you say that Kyle Shanahan's play calling is somewhat a mixture of Bill Walsh, or is it something is all on his own?
Okay, here's where his play calls have come from. It's come from the Bill Walsh coaching tree, of course, but it's come from his dad, but a little different. He mixes up a little bit of the plays. When you think of the offense, okay, what did John Elway do with Mike Shanahan at the end of his career? They mostly ran the ball, right? And passed the ball not so much.
Yeah.
That's what Kyle does. Same thing as his old man. Just a little different, we do different type of concepts, but it's very similar to what his dad and Gary Kubiak are doing. It comes from the Niners coaching trees and all that stuff.
So would you say that because of who his dad is, he has somewhat an advantage when it comes to coaching because of who his dad is?
He's got the knowledge, and he's been studying the game ever since he was a kid, and it's coming from his DNA. Yeah, it's got to be in his genes. His dad was a successful coach, and the plays, he's very innovative at times, but most of his plays come from his dad. Like when he was head coach for the Broncos, they were running the ball mostly, and they threw the ball every now and then. That's what kept John Elway to play a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Hate Houston, hate Texas. We're going to help improve, and that's why we have the success that we have. No worries, man. No worries. I'm hoping Texans make the playoffs this year if they could beat the Colts.
Oh, D'Amico. I miss him so much.
I like D'Amico. He's a good dude. Happy New Year's, my friend. Happy New Year's to all the faithful friends in the West Coast, East and South and North. Nice hat, my friend, and I love that. And let's go Niners. Ricky Diaz coming up with some interesting comments. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah. I think
I'm telling you, your hat game is like dripping in finesse right now, CG. That's why I was like, can I be on here? I don't need the missus to punch me in my face because you too fresh. I don't need her to beat me up.
I got my hat style. I keep it fresh. If Raiders don't hire Antonio Pierce, we need him on the Niners. I don't know. If he doesn't get hired, what's the chances of him wanting to be our staff? Maybe. That would be kind of funny if the Raiders don't even give him the head coaching job and he gets let go and we end up picking him up on our coaching staff. That'd be kind of funny, right?
Yeah, the Raiders need to hire him.
I love that bald head bass. That's my guy. Yeah, D'Amico is your guy. He's
Coach, I keep telling you, I'm finna report your shit if you keep talking about D'Amico. All the time he does this. All the time, man. But yeah, I'm gonna try to promote that Cleveland versus Niners.
Hey, I don't think it's out of the picture. I don't think so. I think that's the kryptonite for the Ravens. If they don't, they might even play the Browns as early, and resting Lamar Jackson might be the disadvantage. I think that's what's possible. Don't be surprised if maybe the Cleveland Browns pull a
right?
magic miracle.
But it's kind of strange. Like, dude, Flacco was just sitting on his couch watching TV, life passing him
And then
by,
there's that
and look,
offense.
he got a job. Like, that's crazy,
That's like
man.
getting a job. That's like getting a job at an office without your resume out there no more. Oh, you're still so and so, right? You're still this person? Yeah, I am. Okay, we can hire you. Come on. It's like going back to the big office, right? Like, remember that one job you had where you got let go a year ago or two, and then they give you a call like a year or two later, and you're like saying, "Okay,
Yeah, I
I'm
still
here."
got it.
Yeah, are you going? No, I don't think so. Now I'm not going to that game, Rick. Yeah, that would be kind of funny. Or it'd be kind of cool to have Texans and Niners in the Super Bowl. That'd be kind of interesting, but I don't think it's going to happen. If Stroud can stay healthy, which he's kind of been kind of iffy, but he's a good quarterback.
Yep.
I like their wide receivers they got. Everybody keeps underestimating their wide receivers. Tank Dell, when healthy, he's a good speedy receiver. CG, are they really paying $20 an hour? I don't know if that's the case, dude. I looked at the pay rates. I'm not getting that much, bro. I think I'm only getting 16 or something an hour at my job.
You need
So
me to blackmail somebody for you?
I wish I could
We're
give you
known.
$20.
That's one thing California is known for. We will literally, y'all see what they
Yeah.
did to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh
He
my
tried to shut down
God.
the Boys and Girls Club. They was like, oh, really?
The
They
governor,
exposed his love
governor,
child.
God. The governor, God.
I voted for Gary Coleman, but his wife killed him.
Oh man. Oh, here's our favorite guy,
Is
Steve-O.
that Steve-O?
You're still working at the same place? Yeah, I still work at a different job site. I just work construction. I'm still excited about my receiving core. We still need some help at that position. Yeah, you need somebody who can be that possession receiver. Robert Woods is already at that point of his career where he's just not the same player. I don't think
What are
John
you
Mechie is
doing?
setting it for y'all. I think he's kind of been like a project at this point of his career. I think you guys need to get somebody better. I mean, let's see. We'll definitely see what happens. But yeah, how is your cat? He's doing well. He's just sleeping too much. Yeah. So I don't know.
Wait, you have a cat?
Yeah, nice little coat cat. Like one of those, like those, like that one cat looks like in Looney Tunes, that Sylvester cat.
Yeah.
He's that kind of cat, but he's sleeping.
You have a cat?
Yeah.
You do not strike me as a cat guy. Like, I figured you had an iguana or something walking around there.
Nah. Nah, it's just that I just have that because it doesn't make any big messes. It just sleeps and chills and just watches TV. That's all it does. Doesn't really do anything else. I can't have a dog because it messes up the complex I live at. So, nah, I can't have a dog. But a cat will do.
Mm-mm.
The only thing I don't.
You're so lucky.
Yeah, this cat's very friendly. He's not that mean. He's not like those mean cats. He's like a very friendly cat. He's a lovable cat. He's too lovable where I tell him to get away from me.
So you can be by it and not die?
What?
I don't do pets because, and pets with fur attract pet dander. And
Oh,
that's like one of the worst allergies to have. And it's like, to see that you get to stand near a cat, you must be like have the allergies of a god, man.
no, I can withstand the allergies. It's not that bad.
I want a cat because they look so cuddly.
They're lovable. Depends on which one you get. It can be one of the meanest cats or the one that doesn't want to be close to you. But I got this one that's too close to me.
He said, "Go away." I want a cat like Mr. Figglesworth from Austin Powers.
Oh, the bald
Yeah,
cat. Okay.
yeah, because it's furless. But
Oh, she has 5 cats. That's adorable.
I want an iguana.
Hey,
I
who do
grew
you
up
think?
with iguana.
CG, who do you think we play the winner of the playoffs, or is it still not in the final of the picture? I think we'll play. If I'm a betting man, if I'm guessing, I think we're gonna play the Rams. I mean, I think it's the Rams. We're already getting a preview in the preseason, but we're not going at our full best. So come back to me the following week, and I'll tell you it's the
I
Rams.
bet you it's the Rams
It
probably.
is the
Because
Rams.
Kyle hinted at it, and I think he kind of like slipped up and partially said it in the press conference
It's
after
possible.
our last game. So it's like,
If they
I
play
think it is going to be the Rams.
if they play Detroit and beats Detroit, yeah, they're coming to us. Or if they play Dallas, then it's possible they can be eliminated. So we'll see.
All I know, CG on Twitter, these Lion fans, man. Ever since we lost to Baltimore, they just, y'all, man, we run break systems through y'all. Like, bro, just because you clinch, you guys aren't even known to make it out the first round. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's like because we lost the way we did to Baltimore, people really just think like the Niners are done.
Well, the only Lions fan I can respect is that Micro Mike guy. Outside of the other Lions fans, I don't really talk to them like that. Micro Mike seems realistic than most Lions fans I've talked to. There is that one guy who used to be on Last Second Sports Channel, but he's not. He doesn't do it no more.
No, it's only one who always trying to talk crap to me on Twitter. He goes by the name Chicken Nugget.
Are you talking about Naylor?
Chicken Nugget?
No, but you said that. You said it's the other guy. It's the one that happens to represent our team.
No, I'm saying the only Lions fan that comes at me is this guy on Twitter named Chicken Nugget.
Chicken Nugget? I never knew that.
Yeah, he just.
You mean John Redford? I think he kind of like doesn't even do that platform no more. Yeah, he's on IR, unfortunately. But yeah.
Hey, yo, I'm so mad about Jason V. I had like.
We had high hopes.
Man. You just broke my heart again, CG. You just steady just
I had to
stabbing
put it out there. I had to put the news.
Yeah. I was so pumped because it's like you might as well just retire, bro.
Yeah, at this point of your career, the health is gonna matter, bro. You're gonna have to like at some point. Chicken Nugget, is he skinny? Oh wow, she wants to know if the Chicken Nugget is skinny. Ooh.
Chicken Nugget was born a hater, will always be a hater, and he's constantly drinking haterade. And he's like, I hate the Niners. I'm like, what did we like? I just want to know what the 49ers did to people. Like for us to be so
I don't understand. It's not even a rivalry to some of them.
Yeah, it's like
some of the Eagle fans, are even hating us throughout the offseason because of what's been said, but everything was kind of out of context. Like they were asked this question, so don't act like they just do it randomly. Why not you question the reporters and tell them why you keep asking them these questions then? Maybe that's why they're getting fed up with it. I don't think there's a reason to hate us, bro. Maybe our fan base is a little cocky, but come on. Aren't we all cocky?
I mean, the 49ers franchise alone we're spoiled. Look what we accomplished. And it's just I feel bad for those who never got to witness the atmosphere and what it felt like to be there at the Super Bowl. Like
and winning
who weren't born in those times. Like
you had to be.
That's why I need them to win because
it gives our fans a different experience about it. I mean,
and then you know that parade's gonna be lit. So
I could barely remember the last Super Bowl win because I was a kid. But yeah, there was a different vibe. But when you lose, it's just disappointing.
Bro, I'm not getting my hopes up no more.
I don't even know what's gonna happen. So it's like, y'all see Booty, Rudy, and Ghetto Beto? What? I don't even got nothing.
Adam, no one cares, Adam. No one cares about The Rock.
The Rock is cooking. He's cooking. Yes.
He's back in wrestling, dude. Like, I don't old ass down, bro.
Well, no offense, Steve-O. I don't watch Beto's channel, bro. He's been bad mouthing me. I don't got nothing to say to that guy.
Who?
Beto. I don't really got nothing to say.
Just DM me. Is he on Twitter?
Yeah, I don't really talk much about
him. DM me his Twitter app. DM me his Twitter head name. You gonna make stuff talking about my brother.
Nah, just leave it alone. Like I don't really interact with him, and plus he's been kind of like whatever. So I'll leave it as a comment. Like let it be. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Does he not know that your co-host is your sister who is from East Oakland? Like, let these fools know. Like my co-host, That heifer crazy. Like
Yeah, I don't like to stir the pot with nobody else. I don't want it to become worse than what it was. Let's just say we're not in good terms, and plus he's kind of like taking words out of other people, so I don't got nothing to say. Let's just say we're not in good terms, and that's it. Leave it at that.
Well, I do a lot of blackmail on the side. So I got you, boo.
Nah, a lot of people have been trying to blackball me around this Niner community, so that's why I've been kind of stay out of it. That's why I've been on TikTok, been doing my thing, so don't really care what they got to say.
Yo, tell me, you are popping on TikTok.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting a lot of my followers. A lot of my followers are rocking with me. 12,000 followers. Let's just put it out there.
Oh yes, please follow my brother on TikTok. Like,
yeah,
you'll enjoy it. I die every day.
I do funny videos too, and that's where I keep away all the drama. That's why I'm doing so well where I'm at right here. See, 12,000 followers, guys. Check it out.
Yes,
I'm actually lit. I'm lit.
He said, Rex said, come to Chicago and do my new garage, 2-car garage. I'll pay.
Oh, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I wish. Nah, but I'm happy at TikTok, actually, so I'm good where I'm at. I stay in my own lane and do what I do best, so a lot of stuff is pretty cool. But I'll tell you more about the details. I don't want to put it out there. I'm just not that kind of guy.
Because his ass.
Nah.
His name Pedro? Like Napoleon Dynamite, Pedro?
No.
That was my shit. That was my shit.
But in all seriousness,
you don't stoop because you have more to lose. Me? Oh, I was petty, okay? I am from East Oakland. Okay, I'm from the town. We are petty.
Well, I don't want to say a lot, but I'll tell you what's been said beyond the scene. I'm just not going to say it here. It's just
the same thing. When you have Red Jet on your show, I was like,
yeah, I don't know.
So he dumped me that fast?
I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I just, I do all random guesses. I do everybody.
Yeah, she just did it to try to rub it in my face.
I just try not to make it into what it is, not everybody's gonna like everybody, you know what I mean? So I try to keep it as neutral as I can with everybody, but we all can't pick sides at some point, you know what I mean? But I try to find my common ground and not try to get in the middle. But whatever happens,
The only reason why I want Cleveland to go is because I can see the shit talking. Flacco's like, you an up and coming pup trying to be a big dog like me. And then Purdy's like, oh, you must ain't seen my following, big dog. I'm better than you. Yo, I can see you can spin this, man.
Let's see what happens. But yeah, I'm definitely excited about it. We'll definitely talk more about it next week for sure. But yeah, that's going to be interesting. I think Cleveland would be a good matchup. It'd be like a story instead of the Ravens and Niners. I don't know. Which one do you prefer, Niners or Ravens, or the Browns or Niners?
Browns all day. Browns. I need this. I want my revenge against Flacco. He owed me an entire. And you know the sad part about that? Do you know if I was at the family dinner, I would have threw soda or whatever they was drinking in my brother's face. It wouldn't have been no perfect family dinner that day. You beat me in the Super Bowl and I'm supposed to sit at the dinner table with you smiling? I'd have beat my brother up, man. It just.
Yeah.
I need Flacco. I need a CG. I don't know how you gonna pull this off. If you gotta make some calls to Vegas, I don't know what you got to do, but I need you to get the 49ers versus Flacco.
Damn Browns. Yeah, that'd be good.
Flacco.
Yeah, see, if you were in the NFL, which player would you love to pancake? If I had to choose which player I love to pancake, Aaron Donald. I want to pancake him just to shut him up. Because that's what I want to pancake is Aaron Donald.
Hell yeah, Aaron Donald. That's the one I want too, CG.
I want to pancake Aaron Donald and put him in the ground.
And I want to pancake Travis Kelce too. I want to punch him. Yeah, he got to go.
Okay. All right, guys. I guess we'll call it up next week. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.